This is a story about a girl who wrote a letter. Not much about her is conveyed through this letter, so this is what I imagine her life to be like. Brooklyn, New York, October of 1963. The city had begun its transition into autumn, and as the leaves change colors and the air cools down, a young girl named Yolanda is given an assignment in her 9th grade class at Cunningham Junior High School, situated in the small but lovely neighborhood of Homecrest. As she walks home from school, she ponders an assignment given. Write a letter to a famous person you admire the most. Who does she admire enough to write a letter to? Sure, she could choose a big movie star at the time. Her mother loved Cary Grant, but that was too predictable. As she passed by the local park, she noticed a rocket ship structure, and all of a sudden it hit her. Colonel John Glenn, the first American man to ever orbit the Earth. She remembers vividly watching his mission at school and at home, anxiously waiting along with everyone else in America to see if he would be successful. The experience was thrilling. It gave her chills, and even now, over a year later, she still looks back and remembers the rush she got from watching him. Yes, it's now solidified in her mind that John Glenn is the person she will write to. But what to say? So much has been happening around Brooklyn lately, with schools on the east side becoming desegregated and all of the protests and rallying, but Colonel Glenn is probably too preoccupied with space exploration to care much about local Brooklyn problems. Okay, what else is there? Oh, there has been talk of a joint moon expedition between Russia and the United States, but with everything going on, will that actually happen? Another thing. Valentina Tereshkova recently went up into space, the first lady astronaut. Even though she's Russian, it's about time a lady got the chance to go to space. Hopefully, America will send one up as well. That's definitely a good question to ask Colonel Glenn. Does he even have an opinion on Tereshkova? Or does he agree with the people saying her flight was faked, or that she didn't actually have an important role in it? She briefly thought about the big Russian population in her area, and wondered what they thought of Tereshkova. Either way, if a Russian woman could do it, surely an American woman can too. As Yolanda walks up the steps of her home, the letter is solidified in her mind, and she is eager to start writing to the brave Colonel Glenn. She enters her room, passing by her bookcase full of her Nancy Drew books, her favorite series since she was young. From downstairs she can hear the television. Just some local news program about an attack in Brownsville. Yolanda did not know much about it, but she did know that the neighborhood was changing, and she was told by her parents that people did not like the increase of African Americans and Puerto Ricans, but she did not understand why. There were only some other African Americans, and she was one of the few Puerto Ricans in her neighborhood, but she still got along with everyone else. The people around her were accepting, and she had friends who came from Italy, Russia, and Poland, and if they accepted her and her family, why couldn't others? Deciding not to focus on things she did not know about, Yolanda grabbed some paper and began writing. Dear Colonel Glenn.